regular meeting of the Howell Township Board of Education. I will take a roll call. Mr. Bongiovanni.
Present.
Mr. German. Present. Dr. Love.
Present.
Mrs. Mel.
I'm here.
Mrs. Mangano.
Here.
Mr. Miller.
Here.
Mr. O'Brien.
Here.
Mrs. Okerson.
Here.
Mr. Thorpe. Here. A quorum of the board is present. Shall we please rise to salute the flag and remain standing as an ensemble with the word salutes and do not the stars down the banner in our selection. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If my students can come down.
President Pro Tem should ask a couple of board members to come up and recognize our students for their...
Mr. Giovanni and Dr. Lowe will join Mr. Murphy, who will introduce and get a recognition for all these students.
Thank you. The students we have with us today, Anthony Pinto, Brandon Gonzalez, Ivy Peterman, Kevin Carr, Ethan Zamont, Benjamin Fishman, Tristan Bennett, Charlotte Davey, Abigail Davey, Hannah Merkel, Isabella Cordillo, Corey Rivas, Caleb Chester. Did I miss anybody? No? Great.
All fifth graders?
Yes.
How often a week do you practice? It's gotta be quite often for as good as that sounded. It really sounded great. Thank you. Thanks. Great job. Once a week? Once a week? You must have a good teacher. Sounded great.
Mr. Sadek, I know we haven't reorganized yet, but I think I can say on behalf of the board that we're very, very appreciative of this wonderful talent and sharing with us tonight. And I think, I speak to the board when I say that perhaps we can have some certificates issued to them so they can be presented to local schools.
And what we got?
And it works very good. And again, it was wonderful. But these are the best kind of surprises when you get to see our talented students come out and share with us their gifts. So thank you so much, kids, for that. I appreciate it.
Moving right along.
Mr. Senator.
Yes.
May I please, sir? You know, you're the acting president here this evening, but
Where's my gavel?
asking permission for an announcement.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Since we're in the spirit of surprises, as Mr. O'Brien said, and these youngsters were kind enough to come out and support our school board work by providing some beautiful sounds and music for us this evening, some vocals. I'd like them to be the first to know that school will be closed tomorrow.
So you're getting your homework tonight to bring home with you.
I think we'll be out on social media faster than we can post it, right?
Thank you, sir.
And now, returning to the agenda, announcement by the President Pro Tem. Adequate notices of this meeting as required by Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, was distributed by the Secretary on December 21st, 2017. It is now my pleasure and privilege to announce the results of the election on November 7th, 2017. The election is held for three-year seats and one-year unexpired seats. The successful candidates were Dr. Denise Lowe, Mr. Albert Miller being re-elected, and Mr. Ira Ford being elected to his first term as 3-year terms on the Alabama Board of Ed. On the one-year unexpired, the successful candidate was Ms. Jennifer Okerson with the writing campaign. So congratulations to them. Now, as is further privilege and busy, with the board of that, please come forward and receive your applause.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Racist. I race.
Well, you already left it down in the show.
You tried it.
Sorry. look, there's Karen. I'm famous. I'm famous. What? On TV. Another picture of you too. I already did.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I,
Somebody funny ears.
I record. Do solemnly swear.
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
No, I was like this,
Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States and this state,
and to the governments established in the United States and this state,
under the authority of the people, so help me God.
under the authority of the people, so help me God.
Further, I, fill in your name again,
I record,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear
that I possess the qualifications prescribed by law
that I possess the qualifications prescribed by law
for the office of member of the Board of Education,
for the office of member of the Board of Education,
and that I am not disqualified as a voter
and that I am not disqualified as a voter
pursuant to RS 19:4-4,
pursuant to RS:19:4-1,
nor disqualified due to conviction of a crime or offense
nor disqualified with conviction of a crime or offense
listed in NJS 18A:12-1,
listed in NJS 18A:12-1,
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform
and I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform
all the duties of that office according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
all duties of that office according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Congratulations to all of you. You are now either returning members of the board or new members of the board of Howell Township Board of Education. Thank you and congratulations. Moving along, it is now time for the Howell Township Board of Education to select its president for the next year. I will now entertain nominations for the office of board president for Howell Township Board of Education.
I nominate Tim O'Brien for board president.
Thank you. Is there a second? Are there any further nominations? Seeing none, the floor will be closed. I will take a roll call. A yes means that you are voting for Mr. O'Brien, and no means you are voting against. Mr. Bongiovanni?
Yes.
Mr. Gurman?
Yes.
Dr. Love?
Yes.
Mrs. Mallon?
Yes.
Mrs. Mangano?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. O'Brien?
Yes.
Mrs. Okerson? Mr. Thorpe?
Yes.
Congratulations, Mr. O'Brien. You are elected 9 votes in favor, 1 opposed. I turn the figurative gavel and the meeting over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Very good. First, I'm going to refer comments to the board president, so I want to thank this board for the confidence they placed in me. I appreciate the opportunity to work with such a great team. I look forward to 2018. Thank you all for your trust and confidence. I appreciate it very much. Mr. Sanasek, I believe we have a second piece of business for the organization. Vice President?
Nominations for vice president are next in order, sir. May I?
Yes, please.
You have Mr. Miller.
President O'Brien, at this time, I'd like to nominate Mr. Bongiovanni to the position of Vice President of the Board of Education. Mr. Bongiovanni has been a very active member of the Board of Education. He represented us throughout New Jersey through the New Jersey School Board Association, throughout the county, as well as Howell Township. He has someone that always keeps the children, staff, and taxpayers in mind, and it's my honor and privilege to nominate him for Vice President of Howell Township.
Second. We have a nomination for Mr. Bon Giovanni. Are there any others?
Seeing none?
Seeing none, the floor will be closed. Similarly, I will take this around. The yes vote is a vote for Mr. Bon Giovanni to be Vice President, and no vote is against that nomination. Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Bon Giovanni?
Yes.
Mr. Gurr?
Yes.
Dr. Love?
Yes.
Mrs. Mallon?
Yes.
Mrs. Mangano?
Yes.
Mrs. Okerson?
Yes.
Mr. Thor?
Yes.
Mr. O'Brien?
Yes.
Mr. Bon Giovanni is the Vice President of the Howell Township Board of Ed for the next year. Congratulations, sir. Unanimous, not votes in favor.
Now, I want to echo Mr. Miller's remarks on Mr. Bon Giovanni's nomination. He's been an able partner and fellow officer for the board, and as always, put the interests of our community and children first. And I'm grateful that he is continuing to serve as Vice President. And we have a terrific team that we built. Am I jumping into President's remarks here?
It's the next item, so just blend right in.
Okay, so first of all, let me again thank everyone for their comments, and it's a pleasure to be part of this board. We have accomplished so much over the years, and we look forward to so many more accomplishments. First, let me recognize and congratulate Dr. Lowe, Mr. Miller, Mr. Thor, and Mrs. Overson for their commitment to stepping up to our community. This is a job that most folks don't realize has significant commitment of time and effort. Every single member of this board sacrifices time away from family to be here on evenings and to work in the committee structure. And it is often a thankless job, but it's a job which is so important. Public education is the most important aspect of our society. It allows us to reach out to every child and give them an opportunity to realize their potential. It is the greatest single aspect of a free society. The ability for children of any background, from poor to rich, to come in, to look for opportunities, to be educated, to become critical thinkers. We as a district are, I believe, and I believe, Mr. Isola will share my sentiments, we are the best district in the state of New Jersey. We continue to try to set the bar higher every year. This year, for example, as an example of our fine staff, we had recently an incident at Memorial the other day. Due to this frigid weather, we had a breakdown at some of the pipes. I believe there was a flood. But our staff worked tirelessly. I want to thank everyone at Memorial. Mr. Isola, could you please express the board's appreciation for their hard work, their commitment under very difficult conditions. And I know you and Mr. Senesek, I was talking to you quite often from the site, both in the evening and the next morning. I'm not sure if you actually went home or not. I hope you did. But I know that we worked very hard, and our children were able to come to school and continue their education without interruption. And I thank the staff at Memorial for their hard work in that. And finally, the board is going to be engaging in a retreat. It is a public meeting. We will be meeting on January 20th. Retreats are part of how we sit down and work with each other to understand the critical issues that face us as a board that we need to concentrate on. And I believe, we're very, very lucky. We have Dr. Lowe has agreed to lead the ad hoc committee to form the agenda for the retreat, and she is being assisted by Mrs. Malley and Mr. Bon Giovanni. We expect to have a very, very robust agenda. We look forward to talking about critical issues and continuing to look to improve on what is already the best district in the state. But again, the work never ends. So the public is invited to attend on January 20th. It starts, I believe, at 8 a.m. Mr. Isola, 8:30?
Yeah, I believe,
And we'll wrap it up at 1 p.m. That's a Saturday, so if you want to come, it will be held at Southern. The public is welcome. We will be working, not conducting official business, but sitting in a committee of the whole working collaboratively together with our administration. So it should be a great event. With that, I'm going to turn it over to you, Mr. Isola, and wish everyone a very happy new year, and we're looking forward to a very productive 2018. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Congratulations to our re-elected and newly elected members of this fine board, and to our, again, I guess re-elected President, Vice President, Mr. O'Brien, Mr. Bondavani. It is such a pleasure and honor to work with such a committed group of volunteers. And I say that with emphasis on purpose. These 9 individuals get paid a whole lot of money, that's zero, to do the fine work of this district and support not only our students, but our staff and our community in continuing to improve as an educational entity. And it's with great pride that I get to work side by side with these individuals on a regular basis. And it is the important work that makes a community special, and that's a great school district. So I want to thank all of our board members as we have our first meeting of the newly assembled board this evening, in which all of our board members and our day's members and our community a wonderful, happy, healthy 2018. May be a great year for all of us and a healthy year for all of us as well. So with that being said, Mr. O'Brien did make mention to the pipe break in our sprinkler system at Memorial Elementary School. And there was certainly, a crisis in the fact that during one of the coldest days of the year, the fire alarm sounded, absent of the leak that was occurring due to that, which triggered the alarm. We had to evacuate the school of staff and students into this frigid cold weather. I want to point out that we had our administrative lead of the day was our vice principal, Ms. Chrissy Ramo, and she really rose above the call of duty and did a great job. Mrs. Keelan was out of the building on that particular day. She ended up coming in later that evening to work out the plan. But Ms. Ramo, as one of our young administrators, stepped up, and that's why it's critically important to have strong leadership. In this case, it was a vice principal, and it just pays dividends on days like today, or days like the other day, to have that building-based leadership in place. So I want to thank the board for their support of our administration, making sure we have folks in place to take the lead. Under her leadership, in conjunction with myself and Mr. Sanisak, we were able to evacuate within seconds. Ms. Palazzolo and the staff at Adelphia opened their doors, received the students and staff, had a movie playing in the cafeteria for them, so they were orderly and engaged in an activity, while Adelphia was able to keep their day going rather seamless. So it was quite a collaboration of efforts. As that was happening, Mr. Sanisak initiated Mr. Coolidge and his staff, the maintenance buildings and ground folks, to start getting to work and initiated the contractors to come and start to assess the problem. I can proudly say that by the arrival time the next morning, now dismissal was done from Adelphia. So buses, transportation, Mr. Tara Vasquez, the first squad had to get involved. It was really a great coordination of efforts, and it was a little nerve-wracking for me because I have a New Year's resolution to get out of the weeds a little bit. So I stayed at the office and served as not incident command, but overall command, and was doing the messaging and keeping the board informed as much as I could. And I knew no one was in harm's way. So I was able to exercise a little restraint and stay off the premise for a little while at least so they can do their work. But with that being said, our students were received this morning to a pristine building. We had to relocate 6 classrooms within the building. So students went into the building, they went into their original rooms, gathered their books, their belongings, walked down the hallway into a room that was fully furnished and ready to go. We had maintenance staff there helping with some of the heavier moving file cabinets, and that process is ongoing. Folks, individual educators who have files in their classroom, that's going to be moved so that they can have a seamless process. So when you say it's something that we should feel proud of, a lot goes into that. But I think what rose above it all, and I'm a little long on this, and I apologize, but it's important. What rose above, in adversity, right? Resilience and character is revealed, and this district, and I got an email from one of our teachers today saying, our family was on display. And I think that says it all. I have not received one complaint from an administrator, a staff member, a student, a couple parents complained, and I get it, you know, the kids were out, I get it. But everyone did what they had to do, and as a board, you should be extremely proud that you're serving in this district with such great staff members who were dedicated and committed. We had students that were on task, listening, they were orderly, administrators from the middle school, Mr. Farley, Mr. Fury came over to help. It was really a community effort. And again, I'm going along because it gives me confidence in the greatness that I see every single day. It's a confirming event. So when I stand before you, and you've all heard me say the proudest superintendent in the state of New Jersey, sure, our test scores are okay, our kids do great, but it's when things like this happen that I know we have people that are truly caring and dedicated. So kudos to all that were involved, and thank you to the board for recognizing them this evening. And it is important, and it is worthy of taking our time to recognize the individuals that took care of our kids and each other. So congratulations, and it makes us have a little more confidence in the event of a true emergency, we'd be prepared to respond. So thank you to all that were involved, Mr. Sanitec's team, to transportation and maintenance, and all the folks that were there. I know Mr. Hodgman, who's here tonight, was on site. You know, I left him about 8:30 at night, and about 8 o'clock at night, I guess it was. He took the last slice of pizza, so I left. But we got it done, and I'm really proud of that. Moving to some other issues that I'd like to share, or some topics that I'd like to share. Mr. O'Brien, I left at your spot on the days, if you could hold it up. We were recognized by the county freeholders. Mr. O'Brien and past board member, Mr. Moretti, were in attendance with Ms. Howell and myself. And the county board of freeholders recognized us for our work in the future ready certification process. So just another county-wide recognition that I wanted to share with our community, that our freeholders took the time to recognize Howell Township for its efforts in that area. As we know, each year during January, we celebrate Board Recognition Month. So I already did, congratulations, you get on the board and we start recognizing the board right away. But with that being said, we historically do it at our second meeting, which is not yet approved, so I won't announce the date till that gets approved. But at our second meeting, we will certainly take the time to give recognition to this outstanding board. And once, tonight with the reorganization, it was a bit much, but we wanted to certainly recognize that it is the month of January that we celebrate our fine Board of Education, and that is really important work. So with that being said, I will pass around the monthly report of school suspensions, and during the month of December, there were 7 school suspensions. That's coming around for your records, so that we have done that, and that happens at the beginning of each, after the conclusion of each month. We do a monthly report on that. So obviously, there's a lot going on in our schools with the new year, and tomorrow we'll give everyone a day to reset, as I've announced already. School will be closed tomorrow due to the pending storm. I encourage everyone to stay safe, stay warm, and just, don't drive if you don't have to, don't get out of the way of clouds, let them do their work. And, let's hope that it's not that big of an event, and we're back at school early Friday morning on time, so we'll see. But more to come, and thank you so much.
Mr. Sanacek, I believe our next order of business is establishment of committees and liaisons.
Well, the next thing is the actual appointment of the designation of the meeting dates. The calendar on the agenda is L, number 1, and then designating the board office as the special meeting. If we could take that and then move into committees.
Right, that'd be very good. Yeah. Yes,
And really on June 27th, if needed, but just so we're aware, that meeting is normally a meeting where the superintendent evaluation is presented to the superintendent. So we're most definitely going to have that.
Keep it.
Yeah, so we really should consider that.
So we'll strike if needed and replace it with,
Statutory, we have the language you have in 30. So, 227 right now.
or if it's forward, I believe, we get consensus of the board, we can have that language amended with board approval. That, if you get it done earlier than that, you know, can't, but certainly, absolutely. Good point. Anything further, sir?
That's it.
And you will be missed on the 20th. So, yes.
I'm going to go for the reason, I think that happens to be the New Jersey School Board has their county activities meeting that day. House bill was up over there before they had I'll be
Okay, very good. We have a little feedback there. Okay. Very good. Mr. Chance?
So, would you like me to take, may I take a round?
Want to put that down as an addenda item, or do we need to
Well,
put it now?
we could dispense with it now, or we could take it afterwards if anybody else was checking their account.
We need to, can we take it around? Okay. Very good. We'll take it around.
Okay. A mover and a seconder for letter L, numbers 1 and 2.
Take a motion.
Move it. Second. Moved by Mr. Bongiovanni,
Second by Mr. Miller.
seconded by Mr. Miller. May I take that around, sir?
Please.
Mr. Bongiovanni.
Yes.
Mr. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Gerber.
Yes.
Dr. Lowe.
Yes.
Mrs. Mount.
Yes.
Mrs. Van
Yes.
Mrs. Oakers.
Yes.
Mr. Fleet.
Yes.
Mr. O'Brien.
Yes.
The calendar and designation of board officer special meetings has been approved. 9 votes in favor, none opposed. It is now time, sir, to establish and the board committees and subsequently appoint the committees should you be ready, as well as liaison appointments.
I've shared with the board a list of the committee assignments and also designations and liaisons for 2018. Each board member has a copy of that. You know, it is my pleasure to appoint Dr. Denise Lowe as Chair of Education, Mr. Miller as Chair of Finance, Ms. Malley as Chair of Operations, Mr. German as Chair of Policy, Mr. Bongiovanni as Chair of Community Interaction. Dr. Lowe will also serve as Chair of Labor. Mr. German has agreed to take on the position of Chair of Legislative Advocacy, now that, you know, Mr. Moretti has retired from the board. In addition, on liaisons, we are, you know, very lucky to have Mr. Bongiovanni as delegate to the National School Board Association, with Mr. Miller acting as his alternate. The New Jersey School Board Association, Mr. Miller will act as delegate, and Mr. Bongiovanni will be his alternate. The Monmouth County School Board Association, which, as we all know, is currently led by our board member, Mr. Miller, as president. He will serve as delegate. Mr. Bongiovanni will be the alternate. The PTA-PTO liaison, Mr. Bongiovanni will serve. Mr. Miller also as alternate. The liaison to the Howell Township Education Foundation will be Mr. German. I've created, because of, created a new liaison position. I'd like to take just a moment to talk a little bit about that. I was very grateful to Ms. Magano for her offer to serve in what I think will be a somewhat demanding position, but it's important. Over the last year or two, especially, we've seen one of the issues of affordable housing and the impact on the demographics and how that impacts us long-term in our strategic plan and our utilization of resources, making sure we're prepared for any changes that are occurring. And of course, in addition to housing, there's so many other issues that affect a township and the district. So while I'm the township liaison and spokesperson of the board, I needed someone to act as my delegate and my eyes and ears at the meetings of both the township, the planning board, and the zoning board. And Ms. Mangano shares that passion for making sure that we understand what's going on in our town and are prepared to support our strategic plan properly to serve our children. So she has agreed to take on that position as the liaison to the township and the planning and zoning board. And I want to thank her for her willingness to step up and serve. Thank you. And finally, we have an ad hoc committee that I asked to form for the purpose of creating the agendas for the retreat, and that is chaired by Dr. Lowe, and she is joined on that committee by Mr. Bongiovanni and Ms. Mallett. So I want to thank them for their additional service there. On education, Dr. Lowe will be joined by Mr. Bongiovanni and Ms. Okerson. I'm very excited to see how they can work together to further our educational curriculum. Mr. Miller is being joined by Ms. Malley and Ms. Okerson. Operations, Ms. Malley is being joined by Ms. Mangano and Mr. Miller. On policy, Mr. Gurman is being joined by Ms. Okerson and Mr. Thor. Community interaction, Mr. Bongiovanni is being joined by Ms. Mangano and Mr. Thor. And on labor, Dr. Lowe is being joined by Mr. Miller and Mr. Thor. Legislative advocacy, Mr. Gurman is being joined by Mr. Bongiovanni and Ms. Malley. So I am very pleased and excited with the committees and present them to the board. These are the appointments I would like to make at this time. Mr. Sanchez?
Thank you, sir. Just, I believe if I'm reading the list correctly, I believe it's important to point out that safety has been assigned to the operations.
Yes, each year, administration and the board work collaboratively together to determine what committees are needed. Safety was important because we pulled it out of operations a few years back because there were certain aspects of safety that needed to be concentrated on. That committee was ably led by Mr. Moretti. His background as a law enforcement officer made him an ideal choice for that. While safety is still a critical component of our operations, it is at this point in time we've accomplished much of the objectives we set out to do, and we folded safety back into operations. However, again, safety will be an important component ongoing, as well as all the other aspects of providing operational efficiencies to our district and supporting our education. So with that, Mr. Sanchez, I believe the only other thing is the chairs. I would ask that each of the chairs, determine a meeting schedule, and we'll be setting a meeting schedule as well. Will that be at a future date?
Yes, Ms. George will collect all the chairs and administrative liaison suggestions, make sure there's no conflicts or overlaps, where board members sit on multiple committees, and then we can roll out a schedule along with appointments.
Right. And yes. Sure, absolutely.
I know that we were going to advertise for citizen members. Is that what you were going to say now?
Great segue. You're absolutely right. We have already been fortunate in getting a number of citizen members, as is the practice. We're sharing those with the committee chairs. They will coordinate with their administrative
George has
liaison.
copies for the chairs this evening.
Right. We will provide that.
So you're on the way to that.
And what I would like to do is ask the chairs in consultation with the administrative liaison to come back and verify that they're satisfied with those citizen appointments, and then if they'll give consensus, that we will then go ahead and seat them on those meetings. We don't have to wait till the next board meeting to do so if the board is satisfied with the review by the chairs, and then can go back to administration so Mr. Sanchez can go ahead and notify the citizen members of their appointment. Do we have consensus on that? Very good. Okay, terrific.
At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our barrister, Mr. Jan Wooters. Annually, the board is required to review and sign the code of ethics. And Mr. Wooters will give a brief overview and a little bit more exact. And sometimes, would you please sign the code of ethics that you have in front of you after you have reviewed it, and pass it back to Ms. Teresa George for her to file. So, Mr. Wooters.
Thank you. We do this every year. This is a code of ethics that's found in 18 New Jersey statutes. That is somewhat of the ethical Bible for the Board of Education and how you conduct yourselves. The 10 points in the code of ethics are relatively self-explanatory, but I would like to at least sort of hone in a little bit on one, and that is E, and I do this every year. And E says, I will recognize that authority rests with the Board of Education and will make no personal promises or take any private action that may compromise the board. This is a very important concept because board members need to realize, I think you all do, that as individuals, you really have no power. Your power really comes from the board, so that individually, unless you've been authorized by the board to do something, you really have no authority to bind the board or speak on behalf of the board. This becomes particularly important nowadays in light of the advent of social media. Social media has changed the landscape on how you conduct yourselves, both personally and as board members. And we're going to be talking more about this as the year goes on. I don't spend a lot of time talking, but there are just a couple of points that I think that need to at least hone in on. And that is that we all know you're going to use social media. I don't expect you not to. But keeping in mind that as an individual, your power only comes through the board, that you need to clarify that you're communicating when you do on social media, clearly that you're clarifying that you're communicating as an individual, and not as a spokesman for the Board of Education. Everybody knows you're a board member, and so there's going to be the immediate perception that whatever you say is as a board member. So when you do communicate on Facebook or respond to blogs or posts, you need to do so, unless you've been authorized by the board, to clearly say, I'm responding as an individual. Oftentimes, it's better not to respond. It's easier to refer the matter to the president, who may then, on the board, authorize you to respond, but at least you'll have the board behind you as to your response. With the advent of email and Twitter and other means of communication, you have to be very careful and avoid deliberating any kind of school district policies with the quorum of the board. It's so easy to press that reply all button to an email, and the next thing you know, you have a meeting that's in violation of the Open Public Meetings Act. Because anytime you communicate, whether it's via telephone, email, by Twitter, Facebook postings, if you communicate with more than 5 board members or 5 board members, that's an illegal meeting. And it's a meeting to which the public, your servants, your servant to, is not privy. So you need to be very careful with that. Avoid posting content that indicates that you have already formed an opinion on a matter that the board hasn't taken action on yet. See, this is very easy because there are a lot of issues that will come up before the board that will require serious deliberation. You'll be getting information and you'll be getting influence and advice from a lot of people. So if you do post, and again, I would caution you to not, but if you must, you need to do so in such a way that you don't indicate that you weren't going to comment. You can ask for community input through proper channels, but you don't want to allow your social network to actually dictate your decisions. And that's another reason why you need to be judicious with your postings, because that can snowball back upon you very quickly. And last, if you're going to post content about the school district, do so only post the content that's been approved by the district, approved by the superintendent or the board president or the board. And so, oftentimes we discuss it, some of the new board members, there'll be a situation with the school where there'll be emergency or some kind of emergent action that people are going to want information on very quickly. It's very easy for you to fall into the trap of, okay, I'll tell you what's going on, and you may not really know what's going on, or you may be a little bit behind in what's going on. So you just have to be careful about posting that kind of information also. All I have to say.
Thanks. Any questions for our board attorney? Yes.
So will there be Board of Education email that we have?
Yes.
Us, my past experiences, I very rarely get notice reply because if there are 9 of us and we're replying to all regardless of the content,
Right.
if you could really give some clarification to that, like from my previous experiences, that apply to all.
No, apply to all is, not only it's not good, it's terrible. Because what you're doing is communicating with the majority or quorum of the board. That is an illegal meeting, which is in violation of the Open Public Meetings Act. So you cannot reply to all. And that applies to your private emails also. You all have home emails that you use. If you use your emails at home for board business, those emails are discoverable. Someone can send an Oprah request for those emails, and you must produce them. And the same rule applies. You contact more than 5 or more board members, you're holding a meeting. So I would, and I can't tell you how many people I know that run into problems, embarrassing problems, hitting a reply all button when they really didn't want to reply all. So I would suggest to you, whatever you do, just don't reply all. So.
Thank you. Any further? Thank you. I know social media is a challenging issue for boards, and I know that our board is always open to the ideas of transparency and communication. We've established a Facebook page. We'll look to continue to seek ways that we can respectfully and properly use social media in our efforts to communicate with our community. But obviously, we have to walk the line and be careful, especially as individuals. But thank you, Mr. Lewis, for that. Mr. Sanasak, I believe that concludes the.
That does, it is now time for executive session, sir. The board is in need of an executive session.
Very good.
Please note the motion printed in the agenda. The items this evening are a personnel issue regarding the leave on leave and the HIB report.
Very good.
We have a mover in a second. Move.
Second.
The board is in executive session. Okay. Thank you. As the board and administration takes their place today, the board is back in session. Mr. O'Brien, with permission, may we take the minutes?
Please.
Can I have a mover in a second?
Move it.
Okay, so was that Ms. Malley and Mr. Miller?
Okay.
Sure.
Can I take that around? Was that wrong?
You're right.
Mrs. Malley?
We're going with it.
Yes.
Mr. Miller? Yes. Mr. Gurman?
Yes.
Dr. Love?
Yes.
Mrs. Mangano? Mrs. Okerson? Mr. Thor?
I'm abstaining.
Mr. Bongiovanni?
Yes.
Mr. O'Brien?
Yes.
The minutes are approved, 6 votes in favor, with the 3 abstentions noted for the record. The correspondence the board has received will be noted for the record. It is now time for the board president's comments. With the president of the board, Mr. Timothy O'Brien, your comments, sir.
Well, first of all, I believe I've already said most of what I needed to say tonight, so I'll be brief, but I want to wish everyone a very happy new year. I'm looking forward to a very successful 2018. So with that, I will conclude my board president's remarks and turn it over to Mr. O'Sullivan.
My remarks are done.
I'm sorry?
My remarks are done.
And we have concluded with the first superintendent's reports. It's now time for committee updates and liaison reports. Mr.
Well,
President, sir.
That's interesting. I know we are.
Welcome to fast forward here.
Yes, okay, very good. I'll start on my left, Mr. Gurman.
I don't have anything more to report. I mean, there are a couple of items that are outstanding that we're going to be addressing. One about remote, participation in sessions. And again, we also had the other issue having to do with the dress code. So those 2 issues are certainly going to be on the agenda at the next meeting.
Okay, very good, thank you. And, okay, Ms. Malley.
There was not a meeting, but there is some news that I'd like to share. We had, I believe last month, the report was that the solar PPAs were opening up, although the bids were coming in, and we have some really great numbers, lower than we were anticipating. So we're optimistic that we can now look into some other options of improving the environment in buildings through the ESIP program, so it's very exciting.
believe if you're referring to the opportunities that your operations committee and administration found, that might lead to providing equitable HVAC. in one building.
That is one direction we are looking at.
Since the plan still needs BPO approval, we were trying not to.
So we're not going to let the cat out of the bag. Sorry about that.
Improving the environment one way or another will be a definite part of the ESEP going forward.
Right. Okay. Well, in other words, don't count. All right. We haven't.
Now,
we haven't-
chickens before even hatches them, like they
All
can't
right.
feed
But either way, it's a wonderful development. Hopefully, it pans out as well as we all.
Yes, yes, we are.
Great. Very good. Well, then I will say no more.
That's it. I'm sorry, that's all I have to say.
All right.
Thank you.
Good work. Thank you. Back to you.
No updates, our next meeting is in December. On our calendar.
Very good. I will be convening a meeting with the mayor. I've asked Mr. Sanchez to reach out to the mayor and
Yes, we received an email from Mr. Gagan today, and I told him we'd be following up tomorrow after we ordered it tonight.
I've asked Mr. Magano to join me, Mr. Bongiovanni as well, and we'll want to sit down with the mayor and the chair of the planning board and the zoning board to discuss the role of our liaison and how we can cooperate and collaborate together going forward. So, thank you. We will hopefully have that meeting sometime in January, correct?
Mr. Gagan is looking for it very quickly. He has some other ideas as well.
Right, absolutely.
I don't know if they have their chairs appointed, but we will definitely meet with whomever he brings.
Absolutely, thank you. Mr. Bongiovanni.
Community interaction has not met since the last meeting, but as we did talk about the last meeting, Mr. Artolo and I have had numerous conversations about changing the meeting times and meeting schedule when we will be talking to the PTA, PTO presidents about the idea of having community interaction before a meeting at particular schools in hopes of building the attendance. So that's one thing on our agenda currently.
Very good. Thank you. Mr. Will.
Finance Committee met on December 14, 2017. Mr. Holsart, the auditor for the district, was present. Mr. Holsart indicated the district's audit reflected that the district is in good financial shape. We complimented the hard work of the staff and thanked the business office. Mr. Holsart highlighted the C schedules and identified the amount of surplus the district was able to reserve, the amount used for tax rate relief, and the amount being deposited in the maintenance reserve account for future needs. Mr. Holsart indicated that they had no comments or findings, and again attributed this to the fine work of the business office. The committee is recommending that the board accept the fiscal year 17 annual audit. Mr. Sanchez presented a PowerPoint presentation regarding the budget parameters. He began the discussion with a review of the statutory date for submitting the fiscal year 19 tentative budget to the county office, the public hearing, and the adoption of the final budget. It was noted that the new governor, Governor Murphy, being taking office, that there are still questions concerning state aid and the budget calendar. During the presentation, he stated that there was preliminary good news about rate growth in the town. He also highlighted the operational innovations that have been put in place, as well as the cost containment strategies and the positive healthcare trend reflected from claim analysis being done by the business office. We also discussed the continued savings as a result of central purchasing. Mrs. Sanchez gave an overview of the ESEP program and the energy conservation measures involved for each school. It was noted that the solar PPA was opened on December 8th and came in at a rate below 4 cents per kilowatt usage. The good results made for an optimistic projection that we could address most of the classrooms for HVAC improvements. The committee discussed pursuing the MCIA financing to take advantage of AAA rating. Optimal timeline would be to issue in conjunction with other districts in February or possibly March. The committee reviewed the proposed transfers. The committee voted unanimously to recommend the approval of the transfers to the board. The committee also agreed to allow the transfer report to go paperless for future meetings. And the committee felt that being that we were doing this, going paperless, that we would not change or recommend the change of the way that the report is being delivered to the board and the public. The October 12th minutes of the Finance Committee were reviewed and approved by the committee. The next Monmouth County School Board's meeting topic is Foundations of Success. This program will allow any board member needing government 2, 3, or 4 to complete it there or take one of these programs as informative or refresher. This meeting is going to be held on Thursday, February 8th at the Southern Community Enrichment Center, starting at 6:45 and dinner at 6 p.m. So hopefully we can have our board administrators attending that. We are hosting it in our township. New Jersey School Board is hosting a few upcoming programs such as finance, public relations, technology, and legislation in the next few months. If you're interested in any of those, speak to Teresa so she can register you for them. And I'd just like to wish everyone a happy New Year.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. I believe Ms. Mangano has not had an opportunity to leave the township, but I look forward to seeing you. Thank you very much. Okay.
Okay, it's now time for us to consider the consent agenda. If we could take that along with the addenda that you have in front of you.
Can I get a motion? Can I get a motion to approve? Oh, did you skip public comments? Never mind. Rewind. We will now open up.
It is now time. Whereas the Howell Township Board of Education determines that comments from the public may last 45 minutes, and those comments will be conducted in accordance with its bylaw 0164.1, and individuals may be limited to 3 minutes each. The officer with respect to time and decorum will be the president of the board, Mr. Timothy O'Brien. With your permission, may the floor be open. Are there comments at this time?
Seeing none.
I just have to say that I'm blaming it on Dr. Lowe, because I was trying to speed the meeting up so that, because they've been telling me they want to go home.
Good one there.
I apologize for that.
All right.
Now, may we take?
Now we can take.
we forgot discussion.
There were no discussion items. No.
I have a few really quick discussion items.
You do. Okay.
One, I'm just wondering, I noticed the agenda for tonight does not include our statement about the consent agenda. Will that be added?
Yes, we said that board docs will be implemented in one of the next 2 meetings, and we said that that and the correction of the date on the goals would both be in it, because one of our concerns with the old Minitrack system was every template had to be custom built, and then I believe the word's generated. So I believe what we said is we would include that in the first board doc version, and we have entered into the PO, and we will be implementing that. Mr. President, at the next meeting, or one of the next 2
I
meetings?
know there was a short delay, but it was anticipated to be by the
We're going to talk about it at the retreat. and
Right,
then-
the intent was to maybe give some slight training on the, just the use of the platform for the board at the retreat potentially. We're going to discuss that a little bit more next week, but not go to the live version for the board until the board is comfortable with that piece. So we're looking at phase-in. We can certainly do what is the PDF version that we've been using now. We can get to that probably by the next meeting, the 26th certainly, or 24th, rather, sorry.
Two other things really quick. One is that it's often said that one of the worst things you can do is say, well, that's how we've always done it. And with that in mind, I'd really like to welcome both Ira and Jennifer also. I think new blood and new voices and new thoughts coming to the board is always a strong and healthy thing. So really looking forward to working with both of you. The other thing, the last thing that's often said is that the choosing a superintendent is probably the most important thing that the board does. But I also have a firm belief that one of the most important things the board does is choosing the board president. That president has to be a strong voice between the board and the administration, needs to know how to comfort board members when need be, needs to know how to run the meeting efficiently, and needs to have some foresight. I don't want to just take it for granted that we voted you in that position because that's what we've done in the past. I think this is, I think it's a real vote of confidence. These and I were both talking in the hallway, and I hope you realize that it wasn't just, let's do it because he was the last time. I think we have some real confidence in your leadership, Jim. Thank you.
Thank you very much, I appreciate that. And no, I did appreciate it. And at the end of the day, we are a great team. I have the pleasure and privilege to serve as the board president, and that is truly a pleasure. And I believe that the strength that we have as a team comes from the commitment of each individual to build rapport and trust, to, be willing to listen to each other, even when we disagree, in a manner that's designed for one thing only, to do the right thing by our children and our community. So I think we're very, very lucky that each member of this board and our administrative team shares those qualities that allow us to do that. And that's critical to success, because the team can agree to disagree and come to a consensus based on really rigorous debate. But to do so in an atmosphere of trust and cooperation is critical. I think that's something that sets us apart as a board. So I'm very, very proud of you for that. So thank you. With that, are we concluded?
Now, may I take the consent agenda?
We're good. And I just echo Mr. Bongiovanni, even though I said it earlier, I'm very excited to have Ms. Okerson and Mr. Thor join us, and really pleased that Mr. Lloyd, back with us as well. We really are and I've already received back some citizen members from other committee chairs, and as I get to the back, we're going to make sure that we appoint the citizen members rapidly, so that we can get to the work of the board, which is done primarily at the committee level. That, Mr. Samuelson, what do we have next?
Yes, and all these committee members, I just asked that, I was talking to Ms. Malley on the way down the hall, there may be some conflicts because people ask at the same one, so if we can filter them all through Mr. Isola.
Yes,
Two
absolutely.
of you can
Yeah.
make any conflict resolution.
We'll smooth out any of the conflicts and make sure that everyone gets as close to perfect as we can.
And if we can take the consent agenda along with the addenda you have printed in front of you, and A3.
I'm going to ask for a motion.
Yeah, A3 from executive session, if I could read that in, it will be leave of absence for a teacher. Approve the following leave of absence for Susan Thomas, common spelling, grade 1 teacher at Lane Pine School. Medical leave with pay with benefits, utilizing 92 sick and 3 personal days from December 18th through May 15th. And then extended medical leave with pay less cost of substitute per the CBA for May 16, 2018 to June 30, 2018, utilizing 27 days granted. With that added, may we take the consent and addenda around? May I have a mover and seconder, please?
Moved by Mr. Miller.
Second.
Second by Ms. Malley. Okay.
May I take it around, sir?
Please.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Malley?
Yes.
Mr. Gurman?
Yes.
Dr. Love?
Yes.
Mrs. Mangan?
Yes.
Mrs. Oakes?
Yes.
Mr. Thor?
Yes.
Mr. Bongiovanni?
Yes.
Mr. O'Brien?
Yes.
The consent agenda and the addenda, including A3, are approved, 9 votes in favor, none opposed. May I take the second public comment?
Please.
Howell Board has determined that the public portion may last 45 minutes, and those comments will be conducted in accordance with its bylaw, 0164.1, individuals may be limited to each. The officers with respect to time and quorum, Mr. Timothy O'Brien, President of the Board, may go to the open. Are there comments at this time?
Seeing none.
Seeing none?
I believe I have one last request for motion.